Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Motorsport Manager. So we just finished, I think, the 4th race in our championship series. And although Mustafa did decently, Rogers, unfortunately, I failed. He ran out of gas because I had him burning through it too aggressively. And I didn't realize how bad his gas was until it was already out of gas. So he dropped a few positions. He did manage to get across the finish line, so it wasn't a total catastrophe. But that is very unfortunate, and we did lose some points as a result. So in the end, our team is dropped down a position. This is driver's team. We were in 6th. We're now down to 7th. Now, we were projected to be in 8th, so as long as we can be above that, that would be good. But I definitely wanted to keep that 6th spot if I could. So let's go ahead and get into the mail here. Yeah, people that aren't us. Okay, more stuff. Don't care. We got to repair the cars. Not as much as we've had to in the past. 12 hours, not too bad. And we've got an interview. So let's go ahead and accept the interview. That seemed to be a very interesting weekend for Mustafa Al Sadat. Yes, I'm not happy with his performance at all. So morale for Mustafa is very good. Marketability is all right. So this is only going to affect Mustafa. It wasn't his day on Sunday, but I'm backing him to bounce back. All right. It wasn't his day on Sunday. I didn't do anything wrong as far as Mustafa goes. So anything that happened was Mustafa's fault. It wasn't his day on Sunday, but I'm backing him to bounce back. He had a neck injury. He'll be back. And in the swing of things, didn't really affect his morale. So now we have the morale of Alex Rogers, our chairman, and our marketability. Alex Rogers struggled finishing down in 17th. It was a great drive, but I am not worrying. Nothing to worry about. I'm sure that Alex will bounce back soon. That was my fault. The fact that Alex Rogers finished in 17th. He should have finished in, I think, 14th. So that was my fault. I'm not going to blame him. All right, so it didn't really affect anything. Morale. Our morale is actually really good overall, which marketability could be better. Okay, so that was interview. Nothing too bad there. I don't think there's really much that we need to do at the moment. We're working on repairing the cars, so until we do that, there's not a whole lot to do. I'm going to be saving the money this time around because I would like to improve the headquarters here, and I'm looking to build a scouting facility or any improvement here for our headquarters, even though our headquarters is on average, I think, better than most. And our car improvements are a little bit more important. We just don't have the cash, I think, right now to keep dipping in there. So let's go ahead and another thing we could think about is improving our staff, but we already talked about breaking his contract would be too expensive. And I'm happy with Johnny Jenkinson for now. You know, I didn't actually purposely buy a British person, but this is a British team, so I guess that's appropriate. But I'd like a new lead designer at some point. So we'll probably scout for that if we can. I'm also out for a driver pickup. So that's what we're going to be focusing most of our emphasis on, even though we're not too bad driver-wise as far as our the average here. But in any case, let's go ahead and go on. The car repairs will be complete here, so we can start working on them. More stuff about people that aren't us. Injury. Car repair finished. Finished repairing both cars so we can do other stuff. Drivers wise, Mustafa is done with his injury, so let's just take a look at him. So he's going to have his fitness back up to 4. Hopefully we can start building that up because that is kind of a weak point for him. But let's come back over to our cars and let's see what we got improving here. So right now we're improving reliability. And we're currently working on what's good for the next race. So low speed corners, top speed, and acceleration is useful. So top speed is a weak point for us. And hopefully that is something we can improve upon. Right now we're working on brakes and gearbox improvements. I'm going to stop improving these brakes. Which brakes are actually for who, out of curiosity, because that might need switching. But I'm going to stop improving the better brakes for now, and I'm going to start improving our other engine, this one here. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, we already are improving it. Oh, both engines. That's what I want to improve. Or do we improve the acceleration of our vehicles? Because that is also important for this race. I'm not really sure. All right, we'll go engine. Even though my engine is one of the better things that I have on my cars. And just because it's so important for the next race. And we're improving the reliability of the engine that needs improving. That's good. Really all that's left is our wings. And we're currently working on a gearbox. So let's go ahead and just cancel these and then do reliability of the rear wing. And then we'll switch back to the front wing when that's done. We have a sponsorship that we can take. So slot 2, I think we had filled, but we now have an offer here. So fixed pay per race, 150,000. Do we wait to see if we get a better deal? I say we do, just because the race hasn't happened yet. That offer won't go away necessarily immediately. As a matter of fact, usually the offer is good for a number of races, right? Offer expires in 2 races. So we've got 24 days to accumulate more sponsorship deals. So let's just go ahead and continue here. Let's go ahead and pause it because I want to see some of these scouting reports. So Molly Fox is already employed and she's pretty darn good. So we're just going to have to not worry about her. And then our other scout is on Pascal Becker, who's also a really good driver and probably out of our league for right now. We've got more sponsorships available. All right, so we've got upfront payment plus 150,000 per race, so that's definitely better than this one. And then upfront payment of 500,000. I think we take this one. Gives us upfront money, but it also gives us money per race. So in the end, it's good for 7 races. It will be worth more than this for sure. And then it will be, I mean, not quite as, well, I mean, this is only upfront payment. So this should be worth the most. So we're going to go ahead and accept this offer. Get 350,000 upfront, 150,000 per race. That's pretty good. And that is, I think that does give us some money to work on more parts, but that's not going to be the strategy for now. The strategy for now is to, again, I'm kind of curious, can you sell old parts, but I don't think you can. Just use our mechanics to improve parts. Speaking of improving things, that got switched. We want the reliability first. So I'm glad I actually paused things for a second there. Although we did bring the stats of our gearbox up quite a bit, which should help. And I think I might switch improving to something different from our engine. So let's stop that. And what else do we have out here? So both of our brakes are pretty much at the same point. We could start improving the other bit of brakes as well. We've got, I'm assuming that this is the max that you can improve things by. We're not improving our gearbox, which may be what we want. So let's go ahead and improve that, I think. Okay. Now we're on reliability. That's I missed that, but I'm glad I caught it. All right, let's go ahead. All right, we got another scouted player here. So GMA to vote on longer qualifying sessions. We'll meet next week to vote on whether or not to make qualifying sessions longer. I'm assuming that's practices because we don't qualify. One person who is not in favor of the proposed rule changes. Okay. I like the shorter sessions we have now. If the top guys screw up, they have to deal with it. I might vote for it just because it allows me to dial in my cars better, but I get kind of why the underdogs don't want it, because if the top guys, they don't dial in their car right, well, then they don't get the chance to really fine tune it, but kind of hurts us just as much as it hurts them, so that's kind of weird. All right, so we just finished this here as well. And when is that vote? Edition of Beijing, so that's 1 week. Okay. So that will be before the race that we do that. And then Shenqi, or however you pronounce that, is not bad. Might be worth picking up because of the potential. Cost per race, 79,000. That's not too bad. She might not want to talk to us yet, but I'm glad we scouted her. Let's take a look at our drivers, because I think our drivers make more money than that. So she might be willing to come over. I don't know if she will or not. Wonder Kid, potential plus 50. Chatty, feedback plus 2. Well, both of those are good. All right, let's take a look at our drivers here. So Alex Rogers makes significantly more money than she does. And I'll probably have her as the reserve. I mean, we'll eat the cost of breaking his contract, but she'll be a good reserve. Let's see what we can do here. So let's go back and I want to make sure that we're talking to her. Let's approach her. I have a feeling she's not interested. Yeah, as long as she's got a contract, but she's going to be a good person to maybe pick up for our reserve driver at the end of the season. Okay, well, in any case, let's go ahead and move on to more things. Okay, we're going to have a vote, so it's going to stop us. Before we take a look at that, though, I want to take a look at our improving parts. So we're at 100%. See, it doesn't stop you when you get to 100%. I kind of don't like that. All right, so what do we want to improve the reliability of that we don't currently have all the way up? So this gearbox isn't 100% yet, so let's clear all these guys out. So we will improve the reliability of that. We don't have the suspension locked up yet. And we also don't have the front wing. So I'm going to back off the suspension just yet, and we'll get the front wing instead. And is there anything else that we need improved on? We got 100% there, 100% there, 100%, or 91% will make the 100%. And I'll go ahead and grab one of the suspension things. It's going to be that one. And we'll get that up to being 100%. And then we're going to switch over to improving things. So we'll bring that over. Matter of fact, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so let's go to our mail. And in the mailbox, we've got, yeah, okay. Somebody's going to retire. Okay. New vote started. Okay, we'll go to the politics here. Okay, so already people have voted. There are some people that are against and some people that are for. Qualifying sessions last 0 minutes, allowing all teams and drivers a chance to nail the perfect lap. I'm going to vote against it because I don't want qualifying. We don't have qualifying right now. And oh, this rule will not benefit low quality teams. Okay, yeah, vote against. Let's see how the vote goes. And we don't know how the chairman's going to vote. So far, 4 votes for, 5 votes for. All the bottom dwellers are voting against. Chairman voted for, so it got approved. We'll have to take a look at the rules here. All right, the vote on long qualifying sessions has ended. The change was approved and will be implemented for the 2017 season. There will now be political recess and until the next vote. All right, so So short practice session. We're going to have to see how the qualifying rules next year. Okay, it's not being shown yet. So we'll just have to maybe progress a little bit here. All right. Okay, Musa revealed his interest in the burgeoning world of online racing simulators. It's just a great way to practice your overtaking maneuvers, said the 22-year-old, who has been regularly competing in online tournaments. He added, nothing can ever replace the real thing, of course, but if sim racing can help my skills in any way, then I'm very happy to do it. Oh, great. So he just gained this trait for the next 20 weeks, which means he's going to be more marketable, and overall, he's going to get a little bit extra overtaking. It's only for 20 weeks, though, so it's not a permanent stat bonus like some of his other abilities are. But, yeah, I mean, I like the little bit of extra overtaking. That helps. And marketability also helps, but, oh, wow. He's definitely gone up in ability recently, although, I mean, his neck isn't hurting him anymore, so that's probably part of it. He's definitely our top driver, to say the least. Okay, well, let's go ahead and check our car stuff and make sure we're okay there. So 98% for that bit of suspension. I think we're going to switch it over to the other one. There we go. And we'll do that for a little bit. So let's continue. Okay, we got more stuff in the mail. All right. Hi, Mouse. I'm done with my scouting mission. I have found out everything okay about Amanda Cavalcanti. Okay. She makes a lot of money and she's really good. Okay, that's nice to know. And our car. Parts. Okay, we'll switch the reliability improvement over to the other part. Okay, we're doing another racing series. Some races there. I don't think any time actually went by, so we're gonna go ahead here. Pause. All right, mail. What do we got? Reliability work complete. Hi, boss. Reliability work. You had us doing the factory's now finish. Okay, so let's go to the car. Improve parts. And we're going to be working on improving things, but of course, we still have some reliability things to address. And that's mostly just the suspension, so we'll do that. But we're going to keep it like this because it's not much that she has to improve there. Okay, so what we're working on right at the moment is brakes and both gearboxes. I think I want to switch it over to the other bit of brakes. So, boop. Boop. And that should be good. So the objective next is to improve all of the parts up to their maximum. I'm assuming that's what the number in the box is here. The ones that we're using anyway. And go from there. Okay, so our driver performance has actually gone up quite a bit because of Sadat doing better now, Al Sadat. All right, so let's continue on here. We're going to be doing practice. Okay, so top speed is still a thing, and we've seen with our cars, top speed is kind of not our thing. Acceleration is also kind of not our thing. So I expect to not do as well here either. So we'll go ahead and take the lower sponsorship bonus. Part fitting. I'm going to fit parts here. I didn't do that ahead of time. So these guys are pretty much equal on their parts. Yeah, definitely that has the edge. Gearbox, we're good. And suspension, we're good. All right, so everything's pretty much set up for a race day. So let's continue. And continue to the race. So now it's going to be practice. And I don't know what our tire selection is going to be. We'll have to see. All right, it's projected to be sunny. I didn't see... Darn, I didn't see what the projected weather for... what the match day, I mean the race day was. All right, again, we're going to go with our drivers. Our setup. We'll start with Rogers' car, which we usually have a much better chance. All right, so downforce is kind of where it is, so I'm not going to change that necessarily. Handling, we need quite a bit of changes with a much stiffer suspension. We'll also do some changes. All right, maybe soften up slightly. All right, that's going to be our initial bid for his suspension. And then gearing, we're probably actually fine for our gearing. I mean, we're kind of roughly in the middle there. So tire choice. So we've got super softs and soft. We're going to go soft for Rogers. Again, kind of play the conservative game with him. Let's continue. And over here, we're going to be playing the super soft game. And downforce. We need a lot lower downforce, huh? Okay, that looks about right. Let's give a little bit more downforce there. Okay, looks good to me. Maybe... tweak it a little bit. There we go. Handling we need to come down on, so let's bring that... Oops. There we go. And... stiffen up that suspension. I'll put it right about there. Now, top speed, we need to go for that, it looks like. So, let's put it right about there for now. Or maybe to there. I'm not sure about the handling. Back it off slightly. Okay, so that's going to be the setup for now. I lied. We're going to go a little stiffer. There we go. All right, so that's the setup for now. Hopefully this works out okay. And you are going to be doing super soft, so let's get out there. We're going to do the practice because I like to know. All right, pause it. All right, send you out. You should be already set up. Stints, race trim, tire choice, and send out. And you, send out. And we're good to go. Send out. And away you go. Around the track. Oh, we're the first team out there, so we're going to get the best advantage of our time. Pay attention to what our drivers have to say. So far, nothing. I'm hitting the limiter on the straights, boss, so he needs a little bit higher top speed. I'm leveling the handling, so we're good on one thing for Mustafa. Okay, downforce feels bang on. Okay, we're good there. So we just need to set up his gearbox a little bit better, and then we need to... I'm not getting any speed on the straights. Do we have too much aero in the car? Okay, so he needs his aero sep to be better. Handling feels awesome right now, so we're good on handling. I'm not getting enough response out of the corners. Can we try shorter gearing? Okay, so both of them, gearbox. All right, we're on our pit lap. This is a long track. All right, coming in. Okay, so we got great on handling for both, okay on speed balance, poor downforce, very poor. So only a little bit of tweaks for Rogers. So we'll go ahead and do those tweaks now. So we don't really need to tweak that. So he just needs more top speed mostly. So go a little longer on him. I don't know if I want to go too extreme here. Let's just go that much longer. I'm hoping that's good enough. Because poor usually means you're not far off, and we might be able to get that to okay. You know, shoot, we'll go one step higher. There you go. If you hate it, you hate it, and then we know to come down with you, at least if I remember. All right, so you're good to go. Keep you on the soft tires so that you learn them. Super softs might be okay for this race, so I'm going to keep you on that. Okay, so you need more top speed, you claimed. Let's see about the downforce, though. You need that lowered. Although we're not in the middle of the bar, though, so we need to come this way, right? Bring that down slightly. Like that, right? I mean, that looks more in the middle of the bar. See, sometimes he's like, oh, you have too much aero, but that's not what the bar says to do. All right, so top speed, we changed quite a bit with that. I don't really want it changed that much. We'll get that top speed back up. We'll see if we can get a little bit better response from him. All right, so let's send him out there. We'll keep him on the super softs. That means we might not get knowledge of soft tires, but super softs might be the way to go. All right, let's send him out. All right, we'll follow Rogers here while he goes out. We only have a few minutes of feedback from each of them, so this is where I wish our practices were longer, because I really could dial these cars in if I got the time, and I'd get the track knowledge. Okay, so he's happier with the speed balance, so it looks like we're spot on with his car. Got super soft knowledge up. I don't think we'll get that soft knowledge in time. We only got a minute left. No feedback from Mustafa. Gear ratios seem way too short here. You just said the speed balance was good. Handling is spot on, guys. We already knew that. Alright, well that's it, so... Feels like I've got just the right arrows set up. Nice one, guys. Okay. We may have improved Roger's situation. Not sure about Mustafa, though. I think we're being too aggressive with wing angles. Okay. Whatever that means. Alright, well... We finished 17th and 18th in practice. We usually do pretty bad in practice, so... I'm not too surprised with that. We're not coming in last. Be quiet. Alright, well... It's going to be race day, but we'll be seeing that in the next video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.